This video is about employee development and how to take employee skills and abilities to the next level. In this video, we'll talk about why employee development plans matter, the elements of a development plan, and you'll find that I use the words development and growth plan interchangeably in this video, the growth and development or development plan cycle, gap analysis, coaches and mentors and how they play an important role in employee development, and the job interview and how it relates to developing a high-quality professional growth plan. So why should managers invest in working with employees to develop professional development or growth plans? Well, it helps to provide the individual with a sense of professional direction. It helps the employee to prepare for career advancement and what are the next steps that the manager feels they need to do in order to prepare for the next job. Maintaining currency with new skills and new trends and having an open discussion about what's important may help the employee to focus on skills that will most benefit the organization. And it also serves to increase engagement by letting the employee know that you care about their career. So this image outlines the major steps in the performance development cycle. First, we identify goals and skills, abilities we want to focus on for the upcoming year. Throughout the year, we have ongoing coaching discussions, mentorship type discussions where the employee is receiving feedback about how the implementation of their growth plan is going. The performance development review or the performance review process is a touch point where employees get formal feedback from their manager on how their overall performance is going and the implementation of growth plan items, and then recognition and potentially reward if the compensation structure is such that it rewards for such items. The plan objectives, so when we talk about the goals and objectives, what do we mean by that? Often we mean what training and experience the person is going to focus on. What are the professional opportunities or projects that the individual will work on? What mentoring or coaching will be required to support the growth? It could be as simple as reading, reflection, or even behaviors that they want to work on and focus on in the upcoming year. And altogether, these items create the professional growth plan. So this diagram provides a very basic overview of how to go about identifying the professional growth goal. They identify the goal, they identify the gap or the challenges that they need to overcome, and then they map out an action plan which includes the tools. It might include the education or the training, the structure, the supports they need to achieve that goal. And when we talk about growth plans, that's what we're talking about, is just defining these very clear goals. Often the definition of goals starts with a self-assessment. What aspects of your career or what aspects of your current work performance do you need to improve upon or do you want to develop in? And so I like this pictorial because it shows you all the different ways you can look at yourself. Do I need to learn about the job? Do I need a stretch or a new opportunity to move beyond what I'm doing right now? What kind of future opportunities am I interested in? And what are the requirements or the skills I'll need to do that future job? Or do I have an area of performance that I'm interested in working on? And generally speaking, when we're focusing on professional growth, my suggestion is to employ the 80-20 rule. Spend 80% of the time working on aspects of your career or aspects of your skills that are strong, that are areas of strength. Spend 20% of your growth plan overcoming deficiencies or areas that you would like to improve your performance. So always spending most of the time on those areas of interest and those areas of strength. That's how you will maximize your personal. So managers and leaders can really help employees make decisions around their professional growth. They can help them to determine what are the areas of focus that will be most beneficial to the individual. And many employees are looking for that kind of confirmation Also, it shows that the
This
employer
video
is
is
very
about the
interested
selection
in the
process
long-term
and how
career
we go about
of the
hiring the
employee,
best
which
possible
adds to the
candidate
engagement
for a
that they
vacant
I like this
position.
sample of a simple development plan because sometimes I
This
think we
video will
feel that a
review how to
development
create
plan needs to be
shortlist
very
grids to
complex or
shortlist the
impressive
applicants to
looking.
your
And
vacant
actually,
position.
it's just as simple as identifying the goal or the area of focus, determining or outlining what are the actions the employee is going to take. What's the evidence of achievement, or how will you know when you've achieved progress? And when are we going to do these things? What are the target dates? And together these things comprise a simple development plan. One of the things that we often talk about when we're talking about growth plans is coaching and mentoring to support the growth plan process. There are some differences. A mentor is a person who acts like an advisor. In a sense, they're like a teacher. They often have extensive experience or knowledge in the area that the individual is working in and can provide them with insights or advice on how to approach different kinds of problems or issues, for example. They often will open doors for the person and create opportunities that might not otherwise have been available to the person. Coaching is quite different. In fact, coaching the individual doesn't need to be a specialist or an expert in the area that the individual is working in. They do not teach. They shouldn't be providing advice. Their job is to listen and to facilitate the growth and reflection through asking thought-provoking questions. Both mentors and coaches can be valuable tools for implementing professional growth plans. Identify areas for their personal growth or their professional development plan. Preparing for a job interview requires you to ask yourself the question, what are the skills and abilities that I need for the next position that I am interested in, or the next level? I have to look at areas of my past experience and look for my best examples of work done. And that helps me to identify the gaps or the areas where work experiences maybe are not at the level that is needed for that next level of position. And so that prompts the individual to seek out new experiences so that they can better prepare themselves to answer questions in a job interview. Sometimes it leads the individual to take courses or to do some professional reading so that they can be informed when going for the job interview. And so in this way, there's a clear connection between preparing for a job interview and the items that are found within a professional growth plan.